Canadian Entertainment Podcast. It's a Canadian Entertainment Podcast. It's a Canadian Entertainment Podcast. It's a Canadian Entertainment Podcast, hosted by Ben Stagger.
Okay, we are back.
Woo!
Canadian Entertainment Podcast. Everything looks good on the level side over there.
Yep.
I think we are in for another episode. We are back with sort of we almost were verging on a sepia tone for the last few episodes in the video version, which is available on YouTube. I know you can put videos on other streaming platforms, but there's literally only so many hours.
Yes. Yeah.
In a day, in a week, in a year.
And it takes the same amount of time to type youtube.com as it does any other site.
Exactly. And you know what? Sometimes in this era of having everything at your fingertips, it's good to type a bit. It's like typing's almost the new reading, eh?
It is, yeah. I've been actually, did I tell you this? I've been thinking about taking like a typing course. Or not playing a little game for
That's a good idea.
children.
Yeah. All the right type. Did you ever use all the right type?
That's what I need, I think.
Well, you know, it might be hard to find a computer that can run on, but Facebook Marketplace is your friend.
Yeah. I'll be on there.
Gotta check it out. One of the best like algorithms of all time.
Yeah.
It just shows you all these things you want if you ever own a home, like you just want to fill up.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of pop machines, pop in Canada, soda elsewhere. I saw one for $60.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Pepsi machine.
Makes Pepsi?
No, it's just like
Oh.
you'd buy Pepsi, like
Right.
so it's empty, but it's
Right.
like
Like a fridge?
I
Oh,
think
a
there must be a
dispenser.
cooling system. There must be a cooling system.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good. I should welcome. So we're back, Canadian Entertainment Podcast, episode 14. We have recorded a few that we have never released because they were bad, but this one we're releasing. We're only about 3 minutes in, but we're releasing, and we have the wonderful Jordanne Brown on the show tonight.
Hello.
Or today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is a huge honor. I love the podcast.
Thank you very
I'm a huge
much.
fan. I always listen to it when I'm walking and I'm laughing and smiling.
I think you were the first person to throw me a text. You might be the
Actually, I
first
called-
person that
I called you.
you called me. You said you really
I said, I really never phone people. I haven't talked to you on the phone. Maybe ever, but I listened to the podcast and I was like, now I have to phone Ben because I just listened to Ben talk for so long and it was awesome.
know what I'm picturing now? I'm like in another universe because I feel like sometimes I believe that anything is possible in these other universes, but in another universe, you are friends with Joe Rogan and you listen to the first Joe Rogan podcast episode and you called him.
Joe.
I'm loving what you're doing.
I had to call.
Yeah.
It's sounding really good.
That was just my jaw. It could be, but I just pictured you on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh wow. I probably should do it.
Yeah, just like I think it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might be stupider than him.
Hey, yeah, no, but no, I think you're smarter than him.
Could be an
honestly.
interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, we have to make this happen by the end of 2024. But it's just in our world, it is quite possible that you
happening.
listen to, and I'm trying to think of other massive, maybe what's that?
Dax Shepard's
Yeah,
podcast?
Smartless.
Yeah.
You were like, yes.
I'm just realizing I totally developed my grandma's pinky twitch.
No way. That's hereditary,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. I used to watch her do it when she was driving. I go, that's so interesting how her pinky's twitching like that.
That's
and now here I am,
so crazy.
jerking it around.
That is so amazing. You should join the circus. You know the thing is
Sit on a stool in the center.
yeah, in the center of the thing. You know what the thing is? A lot of these circuses I've heard, such as the Barnum Brothers, some of them are going the way of like getting rid of elephants and tigers and stuff. So they have to fill up time in the show. So there's no reason why
they're scrambling.
the incredible pinky twitching woman from Saskatchewan.
Yeah. And then there's like a camera on it. It's going slow motion in the back.
Yes.
It's a fire ring around me, but like not involved.
No, you're just, it's all around you, but it's not everyone can do
I kind
that.
of lost it there.
That's very cool.
I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, no, once you think too much about it,
A little bit of
you can't
stage
do it.
fright, but
Yeah.
that's normal for the circus.
It is. It would take like probably like 10 shows to really
Yeah.
lock it in. That'd be a lot of, I wish I could join a circus. You gotta wonder if there's any like Canadian circuses, like specifically Canadian.
There's the Shriners, right? Those guys with the hats.
The hats and the little cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun though. We could start a circus.
There's no reason why we cannot. I feel like, yeah, that is something we should do.
It
That'd
is
be
like-
fun to get like go to the bank and be like,
Yeah.
we're starting a circus.
Honestly, don't we kind of have to pretend like to be circus performers if we're gonna do anything? If we were to leave Canada, which I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
But I've heard of people to get their visas. They say they're circus performers.
I have heard of that too.
So
it's so crazy
that's
that
the way.
like, yeah, I swear I've heard of a visa that's easier to get in the
Yeah.
States where you say you're a circus
Yeah.
performer. They must circus. Yeah, I guess they must be down and out. Like they must be
True.
actively
Yeah,
looking for people.
They
So
do have spots to fill. Yeah.
they really do now that
Yeah.
the like massive spots. Like I feel like an elephant that's like 8
That's a huge
humans.
spot.
Yeah.
Huge cage to fill.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can't be having that empty real estate.
No, not at all. They need they need to. The people still want to sell at the same size arenas, so they
Yeah.
need big acts. And I think the pinky twitching something is I can like picture you like
Maybe I could-
just getting really like I could picture you like I don't know moving
yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it too.
Maybe Canada's Got Talent.
I think Canada's as a Canada's Got Talent alumni, I think that's something that they're looking for.
Would you as an alumni endorse me for that?
100%. You have my endorsement.
Really?
100%. I would go.
God.
I would.
That's
yeah.
huge.
That's it's. Yeah, that's a big endorsement.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a former.
Oh my.
That's like Kelly Clarkson
Yes.
recommending. What's the? Oh, it's like Kelly Clarkson recommending. 4-wheel drive.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Similar thing. But I think, Kelly Clarkson won. I got kicked out first round. But I
No,
would hope
it's
you go
pretty much the
farther.
same thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
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 People say that she was the first winner, and people say that you got kicked out in the first round.
So we both came in first, technically.
You did.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, you bring up a good point, and you have my full endorsement.
Thank you.
Whether or not you want to go the Canada's Got, like any route you want to go, you can use
New
Ben
Zealand.
from Canada's New Zealand's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Or just scan your New Zealand assistant, whatever you want to do.
Cute.
I will write a letter, whatever you need me to do, whatever this endorsement's worth, I will endorse. I will fully endorse that.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that's crazy. I feel like, yeah, my equivalent to the pinky twitching, my little tick is, I don't know what tick or just body-like
right.
thing.
Your little thing.
My little thing is, and this might be hard to, but I do this thing with my nose where it gets
Yeah.
itchy and I get 3 fingers kind of do it. It probably makes a cool sound. I'm not wearing headphones.
You know what? I've actually, after like hanging out with you for a while in the past, I did that. I was like, started doing that. And I was like, why am I doing that? And I was like, oh my God, it's because Ben does that.
Did you what did you get out of? Did you like it or no?
It wasn't for me because I don't have a nose itch.
Yeah, true.
So it ultimately it did nothing for me.
Oh yeah.
But it was just, I guess, a way for me to connect, or I don't
Yeah.
know. I kind of
It's kind of
do
like,
that.
well, yeah, some people say, isn't there something like, oh, cats only meow around humans, like there's no like, so maybe you thought it was just like a purposeful connection thing, you know?
Yes, totally.
But technically you do need an itch.
Yeah,
So
yeah. The same thing happens to me when, like, if our friend Isabella gets a manicure and if she gets really long nails, she starts going like this and talking like this.
Okay.
And I do instantly. As soon as I'm talking to her and she gets her nails done, I'm like,
Wow.
I'm doing everything differently, and I don't even have the nails.
You really should consider miming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever tried it at all?
Only with my joke that I did.
Yes, you have a joke. Yes.
Yeah. And the ones, it was a sketch show performance that led to that. So I did do it on that.
Did you like do the mime makeup, or did you just keep it?
I don't think I did.
You know what? I feel like modern mime probably doesn't use the makeup. Mm-hmm. Just like as we imagine clowns all wear red noses. I'm sure there's people who take Cloudy classes. Cloudy does not just nose.
No, it's more than that. Yeah. Well, we both did clowning.
Yes, we did.
We've been there.
We've tried putting on the nose.
You had a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
With it, right?
So full disclosure, we both are alumnus of the Humber Comedy Program in Etobicoke. Can't say what year I went because, again, the Canadian entertainment industry don't want to ruin jobs because of there's ageism that we've talked about it.
I think that's really smart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it could have been last year. It could have been longer. But, yeah, so we had to learn how to clown. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, one time I was learning how to clown, and my friends, we were in a class, a teacher was teaching us how to clown, and my friend Sam went up a little before us, and the teacher was like kind of like playfully like yelling at it, or be like, Sam, don't do that. And Sam was like being like bratty, I guess.
As his clown.
Yeah, as his clown. Yeah. Like the teacher was like, oh no, Sam, don't do that. And then he would do like the opposite. Like he would do it. So yeah, then I went up after him. And honestly, my clown was like, I don't know what it was. I had a book, and I like put the book on the ground. I was like looking down at the ground. So really like nothing too crazy. But my teacher was like, stop doing that, Ben. Stop looking down at the ground at your book. And I just kept looking at it because it was like, you know, I had to be a little clown or whatever.
Yeah.
So I looked down at the book, kept looking. She's like, don't do that, Ben. And then I was like, thought she'd still be playful, but playfully angry.
It's hard when you're in comedy school.
No, you really don't
know.
know.
The line?
You don't know what's reality. You do not know what's fun. Like it's, but then she's like, no, stop doing it. And then she slammed her clipboard on the ground. I'm not trying. We all have bad days, right? We all have bad days. I don't hold anyone again, but it was just a big misunderstanding. And I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. You know, you never know what's going on.
Some of those,
it was kind of interesting. It was just a crazy experience.
Yeah. We had some classes that really pushed everybody to the brink. Like I remember we had to do something that was so simple. It was like we had to put on a song and then do some miming to it.
Yeah.
And like use this song and whatever. I, for some reason, like as soon as I started, I just was so embarrassed. Like I was just mortified that I was doing this. Like just because I was miming like doing my laundry to like a Backstreet Boys song probably. I was like, this is so embarrassing that I cried during my performance.
Oh, that's great.
I couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's just like, sorry.
Were people laughing when they're... Oh.
Yeah. And then another time, again...
It's so, like, real-time embarrassment on performing in front of people is a legendary experience that everyone needs to...
Everyone needs to have it.
At one time. But
yeah, tears.
Yeah. What
Another one, I was in my improv class, which, I don't know who you had for, but
We probably had the same
we
person.
probably had the same person.
Yeah.
And I was just having a really hard day. I was just feeling emotional. And so I ended up crying a little bit during my scene. And my improv teacher was like, stop. Do that bigger. Do it bigger. Do it bigger. And I was like, sorry, like, I'm just not feeling it. He's like, no, do it again. Do it bigger. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like, I'm upset. I'm kind of crying, He was like, no, do it. And I had to keep like doing, it was like something silly, like a big physical, like something like big, that I had to keep doing even though I was crying.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he said something like, I finally broke you. And I was just like,
why are we breaking?
I was broken. I've been broken.
Why are we breaking people at a comedy program?
You should be piecing me back together. I came here broken.
Yeah.
We all came broken.
Yeah. Build a person up.
Build a girl up.
That is absolutely crazy.
But, we had some fun times too.
I know. Well, met some lifelong friends. That's the big thing. Met some lifelong friends.
Absolutely.
And there's some people sometimes, like, I go on like, Reddit and stuff like that. And I've seen a number of like posts on my Reddit For You page that's like how to make friends in the city, like in a city or whatever like that. So when people get older and like, I guess they drift away from like high school people or whatever, or if they don't have like,
how to make friends. Literally sign up for a 2-year comedy program
in Etobicoke, and you will meet some lifelong friends. You will meet
you can go
some lifelong people you endlessly talk about.
You'll maybe get a couple enemies.
Yeah, a couple enemies, but it's
good to have.
Everyone should do it once. Honestly, if you live in Canada, please, or wherever, people come internationally for this program.
Yep. And you can. When I first lived there, I lived with an old Russian man. He's probably still there. He probably still needs a roommate. So that's a good point. And that's a built-in friend.
And you know what? He probably builded your comedy. He had an impact somehow.
He absolutely did.
Yeah.
I spent a lot more time at shows because I didn't want to be at home.
Yeah. So look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Do you know what street? Now I don't know if we should.
It was by the police college.
Okay, so I know exactly where that is. Okay, so
that really scary looking building.
Oh, the police college or your
the police college?
Yeah. They filmed. Apparently, they filmed a police, like maybe the first Police Academy movie there.
That's interesting.
So you gotta check this place out.
Check it out.
Advertisement for Humber.
Have you ever done any like alumni what were those talks called that we would go back for?
Oh, yeah. They used to have talks where sometimes people would come and saw Gilbert Godfrey once there.
Oh, wow.
Who is like technically, if we think about it, he died, but he's also like, sometimes like Disney awards people like Disney legend. And he's kind of a Disney legend. So because of Iago and Aladdin. So saw a Disney legend talk. But I have not been invited to do that, which I don't know. I don't think I'm at a place where I feel it's a good time.
Yeah.
I do if they ask me, but I don't think I'm ready. No, like I don't think I wouldn't want. I don't know.
I get you. I think you are ready, and people.
I need to take. That's my shot, because you know what it is. You talk to a group of new comedy talent people
of all ages.
One student in that audience 10 years later becomes a producer, and then I'm 10 years older and they say, we saw you talk and we want you.
Yeah.
So 10 years from now there will be someone in that audience that will really impact my career.
That's so true. You have to make those connections.
You really do. So yeah, if the opportunity's there, but I don't know. You know?
I always thought it would be so cool. Like when we were in school, I was like,
I can't wait to come back and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of people that could do it, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, gotta go. Another thing I do, because it is interesting, and yeah, program, lifelong friends, Humber comedy program. But I remember a teacher being like, "What? There are no sick days," which I get, but like,
it's just simply not true.
I know it shouldn't be true, and it's like, yeah, I guess this industry, it's like if you get booked for something, it's like
that
everyone's relying on you.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just a lesson in resilience, but also like trying to be as healthy as you can.
Yeah.
But it's also like a lesson in like, oh, so this industry that we're in shuts out sick people.
Yeah.
It shuts out sick people.
God. And probably there's a good chance the person that was saying that to you was sick, maybe.
Sick in the head. But also, I like him. I like the person.
I like him too.
Yeah. Well, it was a girl, but.
Oh, well, I like him.
I like him. I like her.
One of the hers there said to me at one point, like, it was like an advice session after near the end of the 2 years.
Yeah.
And she said, like, I don't really understand like what you do, but it seems to be working for you.
Oh, that's a great. I feel like people should not.
Yeah, I know you don't like this. Why?
I feel like people should not, or like teachers should not give their opinion on something so subjective.
Sometimes they should just be like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm too old.
Yeah.
Not that it's an age thing, but, sometimes you just don't get it.
Sometimes you don't get things.
Sometimes you just don't get it.
Yeah, you just have to admit that you don't have to bring other people down.
Teachers should be able, even like regular teachers, like if they're grading an essay or something, you shouldn't always have to give feedback. You could just say, you know what? Didn't get this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great.
A+.
Like
Didn't
A+.
understand.
I think we should get rid of marks.
Yeah, get rid of marks.
Get rid of marks.
Yeah.
Just say didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
Yeah. Didn't get it, but this won't affect your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's inconsequential.
This is inconsequential, but I will say I didn't get what you're doing.
They must feel like that all the time, like high school teachers and stuff.
Oh, they must. I feel like being a high school teacher, like, I know how annoying it definitely most likely is, but getting to read like people's teenagers' essays must be so fun.
You know what we should do?
What?
You can cut this out if you want, but we might be. Can I say that we might be starting? And you can cut it out. We might be starting a magazine.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Maybe you can cut that out. Maybe.
Well, you let me know if you want me to cut this out after. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You let me know if you want.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah. It's in development.
Yeah, it's in development.
Yeah.
We could put on. We should include some of our high school essays.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We can have a high school essay column, like where different people put in theirs. Because
now I'm thinking, I was like, where would I find these? But I was like, maybe I'd find a few.
Oh yeah.
In the email.
Yeah.
So that is a great idea.
That could be fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I remember I had one, like, I had this teacher in high school. It was like a grade 11 or grade 12, and it was like a class in like Roman and Greek history, and everyone was like, take this class. You always get to watch like Terminator, and you get to watch Alien and stuff. So I was like, okay, I gotta take it. I was like wondering how this would relate to our class. Yeah. So it came time, and we watched like 2 to 3 Terminator movies, and then we had to write an essay where it was like, because have you ever seen Terminator?
I don't think so. No, maybe a part of it.
Okay, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's like a android that travels back in time. Like there's an android war, and he travels back in time to like either prevent it from happening or to try to like kill someone integral in the war. But they're like, so if the Terminator traveled back to, like, our teacher was like, if the Terminator traveled back to Greco-Roman times, like, how would the Greeks and Romans respond? And then we had to write an essay on that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But it's cool.
And he's like, every year, this is the perfect
Yeah.
question. And this is
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah.
3 movies to do that essay.
Yep.
Wow.
It was great. And
That's amazing.
I don't know how he tied in like people got to watch like Alien versus Predator.
Wow.
He always tied it into the curriculum. But
so interesting.
people like loved, this guy, he was really cool.
That's a really smart move because you probably can teach exactly what you're trying to teach through that lens that like teenagers are obsessed with.
Yeah, true. You know what? Now that I think about it, oh, wow. Now that I think about it, I was like, for the longest time, I was like, okay, so he was just like, but it is a good way to, because they're going to want to watch this movie and then they just have to ask how the Terminator or how the Greeks and Romans. So then you actually have to think about what the Greeks and Romans would do.
I would like to do that class, teach that class, but we watch The Grinch over and over again.
That is a good idea. How would the Greeks and Romans react to the Grinch?
If the Grinch stole Christmas from
the Greeks and Romans, what would they do?
What do you think? You took the class.
Well, I think that the Greeks,
So they wake up in the morning.
they wake up in the morning and they don't have any presents on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I think the Greeks would really, they would have a lot of fun with that. They'd have a lot of fun with that. You know what? I'm saying he's becoming a god. He's becoming a legend. And
maybe like I could see one of the stone heads, but it's the Grinch's head.
Yep.
And like those hairs carved out of stone would be really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Oh, that's so. Oh,
Fuzzy
yeah,
looking
true.
stone.
That'd be cool. His fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a really good challenge for the stone carvers.
They really would. I'm thinking the Romans, I think they would make the Grinch, it'd be like Caesar Grinch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Really
I would
cool.
actually think that'd be a great movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish
imagine-
that's what it was.
Have you ever seen the movie Gladiator before?
No, I wish I had. But you know what I just watched and I just showed Zach? The Pepsi commercial
Yep.
with Beyonce and Britney Spears. And
So same
Pink.
thing pretty much.
Yeah.
But they're in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be so amazing if like Jim Carrey's The Grinch was like the emperor and he's telling people to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having fun.
Yeah. And maybe he's like, okay, so I will give the presents back, but you have to make me emperor.
Yeah. And then Cindy Lou Who is in the Coliseum
Yeah.
with the big lion and he's like, oh.
Then he has the classic moral sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has to go down there and instead of picking up the sleigh with all the presents on it, he picks up the lion.
Yeah.
And he throws it out of the Coliseum and back into nature.
And you know what? I think this would be a perfect origin story for the Cowardly Lion.
Yes.
Because he
that's where it
experiences
came from.
this crazy thing.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Dorothy got to Oz in a very weird way. You get to Oz in very crazy ways.
Yes.
A
I
twister
love that.
tornado.
I love that way.
Sort of like
getting
Narnia
places.
too. They have to go through a wardrobe, through a painting.
Yes.
So it only makes sense that the lion has some sort of traumatic event.
Yeah.
And it's him getting thrown
oh my God.
by the Grinch out of the Roman Coliseum.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I love different ways of getting into different worlds.
True.
I always wanted that when I was a kid. Sounds sadder than I wanted it to but
be true. You'd walk through a wardrobe and you'd be like, yeah.
I was always trying to have some magic like that. I would make crafts that were old paper and I would try and make mysteries, but I was the one making them, you know? So there was never a mystery, but I was trying
yeah.
to have a mystery happen to me.
Yeah.
By getting a little box and putting a note in it.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would, like, I just think you watch all these like shows at that time of like kids like with like spy glasses figuring out a mystery. So why would you not want a mystery in your own life?
You know, I'm not a parent, but I have some children who are friends of mine. I have children in my life.
Yeah.
We should set up more mysteries for children.
Yep.
Literally, what could be better than like
solving a mystery?
And it's like on an old piece of paper.
Yeah.
And because I think for me at least, oh my God, I just remembered this one thing. I had this book when I was definitely too old, like in like grade 6 or 7. I had this like big old like children's book. Yeah. And I remember like getting my brothers and being like, there's a map. Yeah. We have to follow the map. And then we would just like go around our neighborhood and be like, that's that tree. That's the tree. You know? Yeah. Like looking for something that like I knew wasn't really there because I was making it up, but like still wanted it badly to be true.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I was just picturing you setting up like mysteries. Yeah. Like these like treasure hunts. Yeah. These like unsolved mysteries for like a kid. And then like, yeah. Oh, I'm just I'm picturing like 15, 20 years later, you get canceled. They're like, God. She kept on setting up mysteries for me. Yeah. No, it's not like anything bad, but it's just like, yeah.
Or like it was a little bit too dark.
Like, yeah.
Slightly like deranged. Yeah. That could actually be a good business. Like, I'm like, God, I'm really trying to start too many businesses these days, but
I think it's definitely way more immersive than like an escape room.
Yeah, and I bet there's a market in the Canadian industry probably.
I think like not even just kids would enjoy this. I think like people of all ages.
Real life, and it's not like a murder mystery thing where it's kind of you know what's gonna happen and everyone has a script and stuff, which is fun. This is like we come in to your life. We plant clues. We cause a little bit of trouble too. Yeah. And then you have to figure it out.
I have a good business name.
Yeah?
Take it nationwide. The Canadian Clue Masters.
The Canadian Clue Masters.
That's a good advertisement for our magazine. Bleep that out. Yeah. Bleep that out. It's so like doesn't need to. It's a good yeah.
I really like that.
I think it's a really good idea.
In the magazine, we can put clues.
Yes, that's a really good idea.
And if you get all the issues, you start to gather all these clues, and it's like slowly piecing together, but you know, it's going to be a long game.
It's going to be a long game. You're not, because that's the thing. Yeah. That's the purpose of a thing. Yeah.
It's a long life.
It's a long life. It could be a multi-year mystery you're involved in.
It could be generational.
I think that's a good, setting up a generational mystery is like. In a
magazine?
Yeah, is really a good idea. Like, you know who to call, the Canadian Clue Masters.
Your grandchildren will thank you.
They really will. Yeah, I feel like there's nothing more satisfying than solving a generational mystery.
Can you imagine? You find all these old magazine clippings in your grandparents' little treasure box. Yeah. And they're all these clues, and you're like, what is this? Yeah. And there's like I don't know, a little bunny. There's a little rabbit foot in there. There's like some trinkets and stuff. Yeah. Because there's collectible items that we sell at the magazine. And there's family heirlooms that get involved.
Yeah. It's just stuff. And it's just stuff we find on the side of the road. Yeah. But like, you know what? It's so true what they say, like, one person's trash, another person's treasure, because it can all work in the mystery.
Yes. One person's trash, one person's clue on the way to their treasure.
On the way to the yeah, really? Yeah. And you know what? Another thing is this like great way of getting rid of, great way of recycling, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like lots of pop cans involved. Yeah. Yeah.
All those things that are kind of hard to recycle too. Like
Yeah. Like,
Like-
a lot of like takeout containers.
yeah, takeout containers. You're like, what do I do with this again?
There's a clue in a takeout. There's gonna be a lot of clues
Yeah.
in takeout. Yeah.
And now, coffee cups are recyclable in Ontario.
Yep.
Which I love.
I know. So that might not be on the table
That
as
might
much,
not be on the table
but
as much. No.
but
Maybe just
styrofoam.
Styrofoam. Yeah.
There'll be a lot of
soda
That'd be
cups.
fun as Oh, I know styrofoam is one of those things that does like disturb, like just like think about that the rubbing and stuff.
Right.
But it would be cool. You know what? Some styrofoam's better than others.
Yeah.
The really hard styrofoam, really tough to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But a soft styrofoam treasure map, wow, that is something to think
because we
about.
could carve into it.
Oh yeah, we could.
We could bury treasure in the map. People start following this map, looking around for the X. It's right there.
Yeah.
The treasure is literally in there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, it all starts at the
We have
at
to
the
bleep.
beginning.
We have to bleep all this.
Yeah, I know. We will have to bleep a lot of this out. But that'll be funny. Yeah, the treasure is like a USB drive, and like then it's like us this like video of us talking. This podcast episode.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's a lost podcast episode.
Whoa. And it doesn't. You're like you have to watch like I don't know, half an hour of it before it starts to
Yeah.
kind of be relevant at all.
Yeah. I think this is being discovered in like 2070.
But at first, yeah, they're like, okay, so they went to Humber Comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they say?
Yeah, unedited until they get to the. This is a clue. Oh,
It's all a clue. It's all a clue.
I really like. There's a lot of mystery movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I feel like this hasn't even been thought about, like in a ChatGPT prompt, like a AI thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would. No, it might have happened, but I was
Mm-hmm.
just saying someone's trying to solve a mystery and they find a lost podcast episode. I almost think that probably hasn't been done yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there's been someone who was making a podcast about a crime and then maybe got killed or something.
Okay.
Or maybe she was writing a book. I don't know. Or maybe that's not true at all.
It sounds familiar actually
Yeah.
to me.
I think it's kind of a bestseller book. But I don't know. But it's none of my business anyway.
Not mine either. And
It's not our business.
it's kind of actually infringing on our our business a little bit.
It's getting
but-
into our stuff.
which we gotta be very protective about.
Yeah.
This is we're gonna.
I'm loving.
And it's such a oh my gosh. Another thing that I think about for the Canadian Clue Masters is that there are whole industries where people want you to remove junk from their house.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yes.
why not let the Canadian Clue Masters go in there? Get your
Yeah.
styrofoam and pop cans.
Can we have your styrofoam?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And we take
Yeah.
mysterious sort of
this
objects.
I think this will stimulate the economy too.
Oh,
because people are
totally.
going to start being like, yeah, these people pay for styrofoam.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're charging them $20 a piece of styrofoam.
Yeah, we'd pay that. I'd
But
pay
we're
that.
going to make it back.
Oh, totally.
We'll make it back.
Totally.
Our
Yeah.
international
At least
brand.
generationally, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Our-
Our we might not benefit, but our kids
Down the
kids,
line.
Yeah, down the line.
it's
There's going to be some
yeah.
serious
I do love the idea also as just planting like these weird mysteries for grandchildren and great grandchildren.
No, I just thought of, and I don't know how this would be done, but I think that we are at a place with technology and stuff like that where we are able to like really genetically bioengineer stuff. But it'd be so cool if one of the mysteries starts off as like the person who gets the Canadian Clue Master package right now has to plant a seed but then they have to wait 40 years for like the tree or plant to grow, and then it will like reveal like a mystery like like written on like the tree trunk. just always like this is always like look in the styrofoam for the USB drive.
Carved into a tree.
Yeah. The styrofoam's in the tree that they have to cut down.
Oh my God. The tree grows and then you realize this is styrofoam.
Yeah.
You plant a seed, and then every year for the next 40 years we come and we replace the seed with a bigger and bigger styrofoam
tree that we make like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of work ahead of us with this.
We have so much work.
But it's like seems like it'll be very worth it. And again, just going back to what this is like, yeah, as a kid, you want a mystery bad.
Like, yeah, more than anything.
It's like you get jealous of Stand By Me when they go. Have you seen Stand By Me where they find a dead body and they're just like kids?
Yeah. That's the dream.
Yeah. And there's other sort of mystery movies more light than Stand By Me.
Yeah.
But also, mystery. I had one thing to say. Scooby-Doo, exactly. They that is
another one, yeah.
You like as a kid you want to interact with buried treasure.
Yes.
It's almost like they dangle that on your face.
They really do.
It's like you literally are like, wow, like more than anything, you're like, wow, one day I really hope I encounter buried treasure.
Even like ghosts and stuff. Like I remember as a kid, my dad is an engineer, and he had like one of his buildings that he worked at. There was like an upstairs part that was like nobody really went up there. Like it was just like part of the office. Yeah. But like pretty much abandoned except for like a little foosball table. Yeah. But my brothers and I would go up there with the lights off, and we had like this like ghost tracker gun. Like, and it made like beeping noises and stuff.
That is cool.
And we would go up there in the dark and like look for ghosts, which I can't believe because we thought that they were real.
Yeah.
I still do.
I kind of do.
I'm scared to say. Like,
yeah, I know. I don't want to say it too much because then, because then they might.
Yeah. But back then, I can say I did believe for sure and was really looking for.
You were looking for a sign or something. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I do.
And this can be. I'm sorry.
No. I'd love to hear what you want to say.
Another part of the long game, we plan to be a certain type of ghost.
That's very true.
Back.
Because I do kind of think sometimes when you think about what happens like after you die, it kind of seems like there is it kind of seems like there is an option to haunt people.
Yep.
But it's like it seems so horrible. Yeah. But we might have to do it as a part of the. Yeah. That's a funny advertisement. As the Canadian Clue Masters, we promise when we die, we will choose the option where we become ghosts.
We will choose the option, and we will come and haunt.
Yeah.
And we will.
We truly will.
So when you go to our mysteries and you feel a cold breeze, you'll know.
That's the Canadian Clue Masters. Generational mysteries.
Yep.
That's all you need. That's a good Canadian Clue Masters generational mysteries. That's all you really need.
Yep.
Whew, it's beautiful. Now, one thing I am thinking of, and I don't know, well, you brought your dad up being an engineer. I was literally thinking of, because I don't know if your parents ever like kind of like, because I feel like sometimes as a kid, like, you know, people talk about like Santa Claus and stuff. Your parents talk about Santa Claus. Yeah. But I remember one thing my dad did, which I found very interesting, that I used to love this. So my dad, he was a teacher, and for a long time when I was a child, he was teaching in Cambridge, Ontario at a Catholic school, I believe St. Joseph's Catholic School. And he would always get home to our place in Kitchener-Waterloo like around like 5 or 6, sometimes like later. And he would always like he like made up this like story for us kids to be like, yeah, on the way home, I just popped in at Broccoli Bill's Emporium. He made up a fast food restaurant called Broccoli Bill's. I don't know what like his game was. Like, I think it was like maybe to encourage us to eat healthy.
Was he like, no. And we're having broccoli tonight too?
It was just like, oh no, I stopped in there. So then it was always kind of like, I want to ask him more about this. I'd love to have him on us. But I'm like, I don't know what always was about, but
yeah,
I think it like, if it was trying to encourage me to eat vegetables, I think it was more like, I was more like, oh, I want to go to Broccoli Bill's Emporium.
You're like picturing it.
I know, I really was. Yeah, where is this?
Somewhere between his work and his house.
Yeah.
Our house.
I really want to ask him about this.
So
when
funny.
I see him next, I will ask him what his plan was with that. But that again, like maybe there is... Maybe like the Canadian Clue Masters, maybe there's a long-term plan. Maybe this is a generational mystery he's trying to set up himself.
Maybe we'll have to do an article on the
broccoli Emporium. That could be one of our starter.
Yeah. So that's where one of the first clues will be hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
One thing my dad also did is, well, like, he just believes in like things, not sure what.
Yeah.
Feelings and senses, things like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so one time when I was like a preteen, I remember saying to him, like, because I used to sleepwalk a lot and it would be kind of scary. I would scare him a lot because I would go and stand at the top of the stairs. And he would just come out and be like, Jordanne, go back to bed, like you're sleepwalking. And one time in particular, I went like, and I stood next to his bed, like all creepy. And he was like, you're sleepwalking, it's okay. And I was like, I'm not. And I was like fighting him on it. But anyway, so I sleptwalk a lot as a kid. And then one night I said to him, I feel like I'm going to do something freaky tonight. I just have a sense that when I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to do something weird. And he was like, okay, it is a full moon right now, so I am going to give you one of my sleeping pills.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. So then
I was like, wait, he thinks I'm a werewolf.
Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting.
I think maybe, yeah, he probably, what I'm thinking here is maybe at the time, or maybe still, he believed in paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm trying to think maybe it is potential when you were ghost hunted with your siblings, maybe you got possessed by a ghost, but you didn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really freaky. Because it would have me doing weird...
Still.
It would have me doing weird things. Like, one thing that I would do a lot is I would get up and I would take all my blankets and like take them downstairs and put them in the kitchen and then go back to bed.
That is so great.
Yeah. And then I just wake up and be like, what the hell? And
wow.
Like, why was I compelled to do that? It's so strange.
Yeah.
But sleepwalking runs in my family. My dad did it too. And one time he drove while he was sleepwalking.
That's so crazy.
He was like in rural Saskatchewan and he was on like a engineering job and he was staying at a motel and he woke up, thought he woke up, he thought that one of his coworkers called him and said that they needed him at the site. And so he got up and like drove there.
Oh.
And then like on his way there was like, whoa. What am I doing?
That is so scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I'm like, how often does that happen? How often do people sleep drive?
I really hope not often.
I hope so too.
But I could see it. Like, I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Imagine you did that for like that happened during your road test.
Yeah.
You're just in one of these states.
Yeah. Or like you like do it, but you go so far. Like you like wake up and you're across the country.
Yeah, imagine you could get across the border in one of these sleep stays.
And then you can't get back because you're like, I don't know why I came.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was for business or for pleasure. I don't know.
It kind of seemed, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Oh man.
So we could definitely include sleepwalking as in some form. Like it could be like tonight when you lay your head on your bed, try and sleepwalk.
Try to drive. try to go for a drive.
And drive yourself to Buffalo or to Broccoli Bill's Emporium.
Yeah, Broccoli Bill's Emporium, Buffalo, New York location.
Yes. Take yourself there. And that's where you'll find a big piece of styrofoam. This is
yeah, we could go away for a long time. Yeah. We don't endorse any of that.
Not sleep and drive.
Yeah. Yeah, Canada's biggest cult, the Canadian Clue Masters, just got busted on their compound.
Yeah.
Using mind control,
hypnotization,
and
general persuasion
for them to get people to drive across the border to get styrofoam. But you know what? Yeah.
Just to get the first clue in a multi-generational
in a multi-generational mystery. That could be a massive...
and people are writing articles. What is the mystery? What is the mystery?
And it's this podcast episode on a USB drive.
Yep. At the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. But we will... Yeah. No, it's like... If it is at the bottom of the ocean,
that's just an option. I'm not
I know, but I feel like we'll include like a scuba, like
yes.
you have to get a scuba diving license,
and they don't know
like
at first. So we're like, so like clue number 3 is like get a scuba. Clue number 3 is get a scuba diving license. This will be important.
This will be important.
You're like,
and get a scuba diving license but I want a lot of the clues to be like, get a scuba diving license and pass this tradition on to the next 3 generations. So we have to get a lot of like generational stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? We could really form like society in our own way.
Yeah.
If we got enough people in on this.
God, yeah.
Like our clues.
Totally.
We
could do some real good.
Plant a tree and get your next 5 generations to do this.
Thinking the exact same thing. Plant a tree, yeah.
Do a good deed and get the next 6 generations.
Yep. Raise your child right.
Yeah.
And teach them how to
limit screen time. And do this for the next 7 generations. Wow.
Take yourself outside and do this every day. And teach your children every day. Go outside.
Go out. Yeah.
Eat a balanced breakfast.
And teach us. And that's a 3-generation thing.
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah.
I think, it would be, oh, wow. It'd be so awesome, think about how the world was formed, think about the Roman Empire, the Greek, whatever, that, think about lots of different little things, and then it's like, and then in 2024, the Canadian Clue Masters.
Yeah.
They changed everything.
Yeah. It is like investing money. Like how when you invest when you're young, then you're a millionaire when you're old. This is like that, but for clues. For
You know what? It's good because,
Also,
no,
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just we're building the world, and also our Canadian Clue Master program also confronts like depopulation issues because it encourages people to have families.
Yes,
to carry on families.
Yeah. And you know what?
And imagine you're like, 2 people are like thinking about having children or not. They're like, well,
Well, we've been doing this Clue Master thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big undertaking.
Yeah.
Also, it will be good for bridging the gap between generations and giving people something else to connect on.
Absolutely.
Now that the church is kind of fallen apart,
Yeah.
at the seams, this could be kind of something that this is for everybody.
I agree with you.
And it needs everybody. It doesn't work with just one generation.
No, it needs everyone
Yeah.
to, it transcends everything. It transcends, it literally transcends, it becomes a societal thing, transcends religion.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know how, so in Ontario, Canada, there are public Catholic schools. They're not private. I don't know if it's the same. Is that in Saskatchewan? Are there public Catholic schools?
I think so.
Okay. Well, maybe, public Canadian Clue Master schools.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Building the next generation of Clue Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you know what? Religion's kind of a mystery too. So it's like
it would be
building
similar.
a new mystery. Yeah.
And think about how like when religion started, maybe they knew maybe it was a little bit more clear to them what they were talking about. But generations down the line, it is a huge mystery now. People are very confused.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're gonna have kind of a similar effect, but we're gonna give them a little more to work with.
And
it actually things will become more clear with time.
Things will be very clear.
It will all become clear.
It all becomes clear once they 5 generations down the line.
Yeah.
That's when the mystery really starts. Starts unfolding.
It's very selfless of us to like set this up.
I know, it's a good idea. I can't believe no one's thought of it yet, but I'm really looking forward to just building. And you know what? Wow, it'd be so cool to get. You know what I'm actually thinking? Just using it in multiple ways. But like if they ever made a documentary or like maybe like a biopic on the Canadian Clue Masters, like our story.
Yeah.
Which there's potential.
I think so.
I could picture a montage, like we kind of like finish this like podcast episode, and then we start building the mystery.
Yeah.
And then there's a montage of us building the mystery to the Sarah McLachlan song, Building a Mystery.
Oh, how's that go?
Building a mystery.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Come. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, and I would love to work out game that, like, I don't know, because I feel like we could use it in many ways in the Canadian Clue Masters.
Yeah.
But working out in the courts, like being like, okay, look, we need the rights to this song for at least 5 to 7 generations.
And come on, nobody else is really using it.
No.
So let us use it.
Yeah.
And then also it'll be cool. It'll be really cool because we'll be like, well, I won't say how old you are.
Yeah.
But I might be around 90. I'm not sure how old you would be.
Yeah.
But then they'll be making this documentary interviewing us, and it'll cut back to these clips of us at the age we are now.
Yeah.
It'll be really cool.
Oh yeah.
And because we are kind of setting this up, like we can do things where like we go and we shake our hand, and then in the future it all comes together. So right now people are watching going, why are they doing that?
Yeah. But then it's like,
70 years from now.
Yeah.
Or we give ourselves a high five.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, so that's why they did that.
That's why they did that.
Yeah.
I was like, why did they?
I can also really picture this, like, as we're building this mystery, it's a lot of like us like being really like frazzled, being like, how can we keep this going? So then we're starting to look back at this podcast episode being like, okay, we could get that to somehow connect this. So we're working on it too. We're working on building a mystery. Yeah. Not addressing this. That's something. Building a mystery is almost as hard as solving a mystery.
It is. It really is.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's a little harder even. It's like building a puzzle is harder than solving a puzzle.
That's so true.
I think.
It's so true. It's so crazy. Sometimes it is crazy when you literally think about this in life. It's so crazy that so many things in life, when you think about it, it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
Like building a mystery. I know you said it's a little bit hard, but it is in some ways. If building a mystery is like 51 or 53% hard, then solving a mystery is like 47. You know what I mean? Like everything is like, it's crazy.
Totally. We will put in something and other people will get out something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm also going back to the beginning of this discussion, how they're getting rid of animals in the circus. Oh, it would be so great. Your next act, the Canadian. Oh yeah, well this, the Canadian Clue Masters, and then we're just in the middle. Yeah, just doing a little. You'll know.
What is that?
You'll know.
Canadian Clue Masters.
That's a clue. Canadian Clue Masters.
What are they doing?
Oh yeah, a live show in the middle of a circus ring.
Yep.
2 hours of clues.
Everything's a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours. We just bring we bring things out. We show we just bring out like an old stool. We're like put it back.
Yeah.
We're like blue.
Yeah. Writing it down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some math. We bring some numbers into it.
Yep.
We should, you know, we need to involve as well, because I think that these are amazing corn mazes.
Yeah.
There needs to be a corn maze element, maybe around
absolutely
second generation.
Yep, second generation. Yeah, because a lot of this too is like, we know where the mystery wants to go, but we also have to build this company. So as as we're building the company, we will, eventually get enough money to get some plots of land.
Yep. And you know what?
The corn mazes.
As we have our own children, they can be involved in they'll be part of
they'll be involved.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we can have literally a child's brain on our side. The brain of a 3-year-old.
Yeah, some say more transcendent than any age, right? They think more freely.
Piecing things together in a way that it's going to be even more tough to try and but
and you know what? I will say, the Canadian Clue Masters will pay the fairest wages we have ever seen to children who work.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Treated very well.
Better than paper routes.
Way better than paper routes. Yeah. It's going to be really good.
It's crazy you could get a paper route pretty much at. Did you have a paper route ever?
No.
But
I did work when I was in grade 8 at the before and after school program for $5 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's so funny. When you said the before and after school program, I was like, what? This...
It is a weird thing.
It sounds like some sort of like
drug,
trippy, philosophical, like,
right?
Or it sounds like a play or something.
Yeah.
But okay, it's just literally. I see what you're saying.
Like
before,
basically.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
I worked there $5 an hour, and one day I got to go on a field trip, so it was like 8 hours. So I was like, "Oh my god, I'm making $40 today.
Yeah,
I'm making $40.
$40 goes
to go to guess where?
Where?
A corn maze.
That's crazy, and I feel like, wow, probably there's a lot of people in Saskatchewan that can relate that probably have had a lot of field trips.
Yeah.
In corn mazes.
Yeah.
You know what? I was looking at the analytics for this podcast where people are listening to. We have low numbers in Saskatchewan. So hopefully this will bring some people in.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We do have low numbers in Saskatchewan as well.
True. Like, are you guys the most unpopulated province in Canada?
Most unpopulated, but most popular.
Yeah.
No, probably though. I
think it will become very popular though. I swear to. Okay, so first off, Saskatchewan, I think is like really, so the Muppets, of course, they talk about in a song of theirs, they moving right along. It's the first Muppet movie, and they're like, "We'll go to Saskatchewan." They say that, and I don't know if you've been following this stuff, but like Chapel Roan, when she's teasing like a single being released. Maybe Good Luck Babe or something like that. She's like doing a lot of like Muppet, like for big Muppet fans. I saw a couple TikToks that was like, this is related to the Muppets. I swear, I swear she has a lyric that says Saskatchewan. I'm not even kidding you.
Really?
We don't have a producer, but I swear she does.
I think I have.
Also,
seen
would you
some
be
stuff.
able to wake up the computer for 1 second just to see if it's still recording? Oh yeah, this is. Oh no.
What?
Oh no. Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary self-producing this podcast because I really thought that I really thought it was over. I really thought we didn't record anything.
We would have been setting up
the greatest mystery of all time. The greatest
mystery ever.
Yeah.
So not only would the USB not be at the bottom of the ocean, it wouldn't even exist.
It wouldn't even exist. Well, at least we'd have the video version.
Oh, true.
It just have the audio would be so bad, but that would be part of the mystery. So, you know what? Yeah.
Wow.
This is this has just been mind-blowing experience. I cannot believe this like really turned entrepreneurial. Mystery is an element.
Yeah.
You know, what we're talking about is, this would be very entertaining for a lot of people. A mystery is an entertaining thing. I honestly don't even know okay. You know what? We know that Canada loves mysteries because one of the longest running shows in Canada is about a mystery.
Yeah.
Murdoch mysteries that take place in the 1800s. But it's like, I think I love Murdoch mysteries and no hate, but we know that there's a massive market in Canada for mysteries.
Yep.
It's just like, let's take it to the 2020s.
Totally.
And you know what? More than ever, people don't necessarily want to watch things. They want to be in things. They want to be immersed. So this is where the Canadian Clue Masters come in.
Yep.
This is not just a Canadian thing. This is a worldwide thing.
Yep.
It's going to catch on. It's going to catch on.
Yeah. And also it'd be refreshing to have a mystery that is not necessarily about a murder or a crime.
Nope.
You know, this is a mystery. That's all, This
is a mystery. And you know what? Yeah. You know what? I think part of the fun of a mystery, which I've found out from watching the show Twin Peaks, which is, there's some Canadian elements in some of the first episodes. They do go over to Canada a few times. The first season. So it's in the Canadian sphere a little bit.
Yeah.
But one thing, he was getting a lot of pressure from the networks, CBS, I believe, to solve the mystery. But he wanted to leave it unsolved for a bit. So part of the and some people say it kind of did have an interesting thing, but then the show season 2 is a little hard to keep that going. So part of the fun of a mystery is it never getting solved.
Yeah.
And this this right here, as we talk about that, this is the incriminating footage. This is where they find out, they're like, and then they found out it was a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
They would never get it solved.
Yeah.
I spent I spent my life fortune.
For these two people are on a couch laughing about how the mystery never ends.
But I think the cool part about this though is like, so people find out the Canadian Clue Masters. Well, okay. No, the intention isn't to scam her, but it's to keep the clue going.
Keep it alive.
And the thing is like, any money we make, that'd be fine if they like really they're like, they weren't spending on private jets. They were not spending on giant hot tubs. They were spending it on keeping the mystery going.
Totally. Yep. Every penny will go back into the mystery. Every loony.
Every loony, every toonie. And
every that's our second motto. So it's what is it? The Canadian
generational
generational
mysteries.
mystery. And then every loony, every toonie.
Every loony, every toonie. You know what? I want everybody on all four corners of this world to know what a loony and toonie is. And they will.
Wow. Hearing all four corners of the world gave me such a crazy visual. I like instantly pictured the world as like a napkin or like a square like handkerchief that like folds into a globe.
Oh, that's
folds
really
flat.
cool.
So you know what that means? All four corners of the world are together.
Yep. And we will make sure of that with
we will make sure of that.
We will make sure of that with the Canadian, what is it again? The Canadian mystery, the Canadian master. We'll have to rewind and listen to the audio, what it is.
Now the title has become a mystery.
Yeah, the title has become a mystery.
Yep.
Oh, wow. This is something massive. This is a really massive idea. I'm so glad. It's so fun to really get to like.
Yeah. We should do whether in the magazine, bleep that, or.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a while from now, I would love to come back.
Yeah.
And we can connect some dots.
Yeah,
from some of the things that we've planted here today.
Yeah, we react to.
Yeah.
We react to this episode.
And we say like that's important. That part was really
very important.
You might have thought like that part where the audio almost cut out. That was really important.
Was really important.
Yeah.
And that'd be so funny. Like
and
people years from now, they're like, we have to recreate what happened during that mystery audio.
Yeah.
What happened during that break?
Yeah, what happened during that break?
Yeah.
And I just do want to say also that I'm drinking a hot chocolate, and I just wanted to put that
put that on the table.
There.
Put that on the table. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking, they get I'm thinking they get some of the top like detectives of like and fictional detectives and stuff.
We should find a detective to watch this footage back with us.
Yeah.
See what he or she thinks.
Yeah, and see where they and we have to be like after review this footage and see their plans. Where would you think that the styrofoam tree is planted? That the styrofoam tree with the USB is planted?
Yeah. And you know what also? I bet a styrofoam tree could be at the bottom of the ocean just fine.
Yes.
And if you cut it down, you're actually going to cut it up. It's going to float to the top of the water.
That is such a...
Something to think about.
Something to really think about.
Not going to say it's a huge thing to think about, just something.
But it is something to really consider when you're going through this. When you're going through this footage.
When
you're combing through this footage. It is, yeah. I just keep on thinking like... I think about like... performing this or while like giving clues in a circus ring and people just like 10 minutes just like literally 2 minutes just throwing tomatoes at us. I could see us like
absolutely
us us getting arrested like just like
like
in the thing
yeah.
You know exactly what this is but they're not ready. They are social disruptors, the Canadian Mystery Masters, which I think it might be
hard to swallow for a lot of people.
Hard to swallow, but the truth hurts sometimes, and the mystery
soothes.
The mystery truly soothes. The Canadian Mystery Masters. This is a big. We really got to the bottom of
something.
A lot of things.
Yep.
A lot of things here.
I also I don't know do you mind just showing what's beside you there?
So this is huge, and I mean the audio listeners are gonna have an interesting time. But there is
here
cushion.
Go ahead, describe it.
There's a cushion cylinder. There's a cylindric cushion, if you can hear that, with a zipper, a metal zipper. This will come in handy. Let's just say this is going to come in handy in our basic package and our deluxe package.
And I've got another one.
And there's another one on the other side.
And this one has a little bit of hair on it.
And that is going to be one of your clues. That is going to be one of the first clues you're going to have to uncover.
Yep.
And you might have to make one. So you might have to make one and pass it on to 7 generations.
The pattern will be included in the magazine, which bleep that, but...
In the magazine. Oh, no. Well, I can't say that. But it will be included.
The pattern? The pattern will be included.
The pattern will be included.
And the pattern will be included.
The pattern will be included. So, yeah, you know what? This is a really good idea. In an age where you can find out mostly anything at the tip of your fingers,
Yes.
we need more mystery. We need another big mystery. We need another generational mystery. Who, as a society, you know,
Yep.
some of the big questions, what's the meaning of life? We're getting a little tired of that.
Yep. Let's give them something new to think
Let's
about.
give them something new. And the question is,
Maybe we can use that song too in our promotion.
let's give them something to.
think,
Yeah, I feel like
talk
that
about.
that would really be good as a TV ad.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Building a Mystery by Sarah McLachlan, that'd be for the biopic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking big montage.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
And I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the more you think about it, the more it all really starts to make sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It makes
from where we're sitting.
From where we're saying this is a really good business idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh man, I can't believe I've never talked about this on the podcast, but a big part of Canadian entertainment is a show called Dragon's Den. I would love, so that's like the American Shark Tank,
Yeah.
and there's different versions all around the world. I like our name Dragon's Den, but this would be so fun to pitch to the dragons.
Ben, yes. And we go on there, and guess what we do? We drop clues.
Yeah, we drop clues. Yeah. Yeah. on the episode of Dragon's Den, Jordanne. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things we're doing that you'll have to watch the video version, but like finger things.
There's some pinkies moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I picture you be like to like Arlene or something. What did you say? What did you say? She said, "What do you say?" twice.
And I say, Arlene, I love that stripe in your hair.
I love that stripe in your hair.
Interesting.
I love the stripe in your hair, Arlene.
And we say, how much money do we want?
Yeah.
How much money do we want?
Yeah.
For how much of our company?
For how? This is... Yeah.
That could be really good.
I think we need to try to get on.
Let's get on Dragon's
You know
Den.
what the thing is?
And we only ask questions to them.
Yeah, we only ask questions.
Yeah, and drop a couple hints.
We
clues.
drop a couple of hints, but it's like...
Not to the questions
I think
asking.
and you know what the thing is? I like going in with an attitude, and I don't know how many people have done
With an
this.
attitude, yeah.
With an attitude, but with an attitude of also like, we're doing more for them than they're doing for us, you know?
Yep.
We're kind of doing a public service. We're kind of...
Totally.
We have a plan. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly think not very many people have a plan for like 7
No,
generations,
not
but
since like the Da Vinci Code.
no, exactly.
And that, I don't think it was as big.
No, I think that was, I don't know how, is a generation 100 years?
I think generation is maybe, it depends on when you have kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Could be every 26, 20, 30, 40.
That's part of it.
That's part of it, yep. It's going to depend on your family, your own family dynamics.
Yep.
The timeline.
The timeline's huge.
Yep.
Remember that word, the timeline.
Yep.
Once you get the timeline,
Let me give you
nods twice. Nods twice.
Let me tell you this. Straighten out the clock.
Shine Rogers glasses.
Wow, you're giving that one out.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm giving it out. You want people to really Tua. Watch first episode of Talk Tua podcast.
And look at 33 minutes and
55 milliseconds.
very important. We'll leave it at that.
Very important. Though I was also thinking, look at the camera and doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the camera's a little like you're like, for some reason it's not showing the full couch. It's showing more of my side. So
Yeah.
I think it's been good for most of it, but like maybe there's been a moment where your shoulder gets cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those timestamps.
Oh, yep.
Remember those timestamps.
Not without intention.
Light bulbs.
Yeah.
Light bulbs on Fridays.
Yes. And also where you're sitting right now.
Where you are is important.
And every laugh, times that we've laughed.
Write the numbers down. Write the numbers down. And remember, the Canadian Mystery Masters, I believe for some reason I think it was a different name, but maybe I'm really wrong. We'll have to literally. I feel like the original, but maybe that's part of. But milliseconds are huge for us. We count time in milliseconds.
Huge. A lot can happen. Everything happens. Well, if you think about it, everything does happen in a millisecond. Can you think of one thing that doesn't?
Name me one piece of history that comes right down to the moment. 2 snaps. 2 snaps in September. That's something. 2 snaps in September.
Mm-hmm.
Nods.
Green peas in the garden.
The Canadian Mystery Masters we are having a green pea problem all over the world. People are planting green pea fever because of the, yeah. So there's a lot going on, but I think, you know what I'm thinking? A tree, we plant a lot of trees, but how many trees do we plant with stuff you can eat on them? Mm-hmm. So why not plant green peas?
Absolutely. And also, the roots communicate.
Trees and flowers are alive. Nods.
And I'm not just laughing.
I'm nodding. You know what okay. Yes. Did you ever see the movie Jumanji with Robin Williams?
Yes, I love that movie.
Were you terrified of the flower?
The flower.
I swear I don't know if I've ever said this before. So there's a scene, like, I swear it's like when things are starting to come alive, or they go back to the world and like things come from the board or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's these flowers that like come out of like the like fireplace and stuff, and they're really like scary and try to attack and stuff. But I'm not even kidding you. That scared me so much as a child. Like, I cried while watching it that I started to become scared of sunflowers.
Oh, wow.
I remember going to my neighbor's like house, and they had like big tall sunflowers, and I just started crying.
Honestly, that makes sense. Like, they are like, they're head sized, like they're like human face. They're bigger than a human face a lot.
They are bigger than a human face.
A lot.
Plant a sunflower every hour.
Rain or shine, rain or shower.
Rain or shower. Hug a flower. Build a tower of pretty flowers. And yes, we do rhyme the same words twice. And that's part of because why is that a rule?
Yep. The thing is, to solve these mysteries, you're going to have to drop all semblance?
Semblance, yes.
See, I'm already starting. Drop the rules that you know to build anew.
Yeah. Build anew.
Build anew.
Build anew. Build anew.
Build a newt.
Build a newt. Build newts up. Be kind to them. Be kind to newts.
Be kind to newts. That's really important for this and also not for this.
See, a lot of the mysteries too are just good
Mm-hmm.
life lessons, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot for you to all consider while combing through this footage in the future.
Yep.
And watching this footage of the present.
Mm-hmm.
But why do we always talk about the present and looking forward to the future, but we never talk about watching this in the past?
Yes. That's so true. I do love, we're building this. I do feel like we're living in the past right now. We are not stepping forward, but we're stepping around in the past.
Yep.
You know?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Well, time takes
and
on.
I think a lot of these Canadian entertainment, you guys are getting a first scoop on something that is literally going to change the world.
Yeah.
One thing is so because we're still, this podcast is still bare bones. We're still figuring it out. There's only so much time. Mm-hmm. So as much as we could talk about the Canadian, whatever the original title was, it might have been the Mystery Masters, but at the same time, I feel like it
might have been, but
it could have been something a little different. We're going to have to think.
Yep.
But this has been an amazing discovery. This is it's kind of like a viral moment. Kind of Tom Cruise on the couch, right? Yeah. Oprah. This is kind of, we haven't had on a sort of talk show,
yes.
We haven't had something, we haven't had a moment like that on a podcast, which is generation history defined, but I think we just did. And this is the first time this has probably happened in podcast history. Oh yeah, I just was literally putting my finger in my ear, but I will see. This is very.
I did. Wait a second.
Yep. Yep. So we want to thank Jordanne Brown for being on the podcast. This has been extremely special, and we cannot wait.
I can't wait to see clips of this podcast be quoted constantly as things come up and things pop up.
Yeah.
It's going to be oh, well, and you know how the internet works these days. Everyone clips and connects these things visually.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be cool to see.
This is going to be cool to see, and we have to check our camera. Oh. We'll see what happened here.